Hello there, guys. Welcome back to Younes Talks Football. Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well. Welcome to video number 2 of today. I swear, there could have been 3 or 4, realistically. I was literally about to start recording. Boom. We have tons to cover already. But as soon as I'm about to start recording, boom, breaking news. David Ornstein decides to speak. I'm just lucky I caught him today. Because normally what happens is after I upload, 5 minutes later, he decides to say something. He said something, and we're going to start off on that note. We're going to start off with the breaking news, with the latest that David Ornstein's just come out with, and then we got tons to cover. So it's going to be, like I said, this is why there's double uploads now, because we have to keep up with everything. So to be here for all of it, make sure you are hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't done so already, and keep up to date with all the uploads as they come. It's going to be a busy, busy month, and so will next month, and so will the month after, kind of. Anyway, let's get cracking. Here's the latest on Conor Gallagher. Here it is. David Ornstein. Aston Villa hold preliminary talks with Chelsea over a move for Conor Gallagher. Aston Villa also in contact with the 24-year-old's camp. Unai Emery, huge admirer, plus emerging as a top target. Chelsea retain interest in John Duran among candidates for the number 9 role. Here we go again. This is... Okay, where do I start? I don't need to clarify some of the other tweets. We've already established, basically, Aston Villa have contacted Chelsea. They are in preliminary talks, but they have also contacted Gallagher's reps. They're talking directly to the player, right? Or his representatives. Chelsea are also interested in John Duran. What do I have to say about Gallagher? Firstly, he holds the cards, right? Chelsea absolutely want to sell. We've known this for ages. Since Pochettino was here, before we even knew that Pochettino liked Gallagher, we knew that Gallagher would be out the door if he's not going to play. Now, Pochettino was playing him and even giving him the armband. Now Poch is gone, well, everything's up in the air, which leaves everything clear for Chelsea to try and sell him. But Gallagher, heading into the last year of his contract, absolutely holds the keys, knowing that if he really wanted to, he could just leave for free next season, and at the end of next season, and also negotiate a deal that will benefit him even more, because when a team gets a player for free, normally what happens is a player gets a signing on bonus, a higher one, and the players are able to negotiate for a higher salary, knowing that he didn't cost a fee to get to the club in the first place. So there's more money to spare. The player knows this. So it will work for Gallagher if he just says, I'm just staying, do what you want. But this is where the new manager has to come in, or the new head coach. If Maresca does not have a plan for Gallagher, it would be bad for Gallagher to just sit on the bench and not play. So this is where, if Gallagher doesn't have certainty of game time, certainty of playing, well, he has to look elsewhere and see if there's a move that's going to be waiting for him. Aston Villa playing Champions League football with a very good manager in Unai Emery, with a very good setup and some serious footballers there, I think Gallagher could fit in like a glove. Because Unai Emery does also hold a little bit of that, you got to have that dirty side to the game. Aston Villa are a physical team. That would suit Gallagher to a T. So this actually, weirdly enough, works. Technically now, what I'm going to say, Enzo Maresca holds the keys to Gallagher's future here. If Enzo Maresca wants to keep Gallagher, Gallagher doesn't need to go anywhere. Gallagher can wait a season. If Enzo Maresca doesn't have a plan for Gallagher, well, Gallagher's got to move. He's got to move. He's got to go. And Aston Villa would be a good move for him. Anyway, we'll see what the repercussions of that will be once it's all said and done, because we're not going to know what our midfield is actually going to look like. We've still got Lavia to talk about. We've still got the formation to talk about. We're going to have 2 8s. We don't know, or a 10. We don't know what we're going to be doing. So let's wait and see. Duran, now, listen, good prospect, but I'm not taking prospects. Yeah? I'm sorry. And I said this earlier on in video number 1. We're talking about strikers. I need certainty on goals. Someone that's going to come in and get goals. Someone that I could look at and go, yeah, don't need to worry about him. I'm sorry, John Duran is fresh on the block. He's almost just come out the womb. That's how fresh he is. Good prospect. Looks like he can definitely go places. But I wouldn't mind him at the club, but not as the main number 9, brother. No. Now, we're keen on Sesko. I'm going to come to Sesko later. So, I don't know if we're maybe looking to bring in John Duran as maybe a third striker. Broja's heading out the door, so maybe we could have Sesko, Jackson, Duran. Maybe. I'm not against that. Sesko is a different story that I'm going to come to later. But having John Duran as a third option there, I'm not against that. Because he's young and he's got time and he's got potential, and that's for the future. I wouldn't mind that. So that's that. Let's move now more into what's going on at Chelsea. We've got tons to cover, so I'm going to try and go as quick as I can. If not, we're going to be here for an hour. I'm telling you, loads of content now. Let's get into it. Here's latest coming from within Chelsea Football Club. Matt Law saying Chelsea players are in for a shock, with some of their favourite foods and drinks in danger of being cut from the menu. Enzo Maresca has been joined by fitness coach Marcos Alvarez, who has earned a reputation for being a strict dietitian. It was Alvarez working for manager Juan Ramos, who famously banned sauce, fruit juice, cake and salt and pepper at Spurs, while fried egg were taken off the breakfast menu at Leicester during his and Maresca's single season at the club. Now, I got to be honest here. Have we hired Antonio Conte again, maybe? Who knows? But listen, I am for this. I am absolutely for this. If we want, especially young players who need discipline, if we want these guys to reach the highest levels, every single little thing and little detail needs to be taken care of. End of story. If we're not going to be doing that, we will not operate at the highest level. Now, some people are going to say, oh no, but you're being too harsh. Or don't worry, they can eat at home. If Chelsea are doing things properly, Chelsea will know if the player is eating that rubbish at home or not. Simple as that. And I say rubbish because it is. For you or me, we're not athletes. Yeah, perhaps. And even then, I wouldn't recommend it. Look after your diets. Please. I can single-handedly tell you, I missed one day of school throughout my entire school life. One. And that was because I got the chicken pox. And I remember that. I missed one day. I was always there. Why? I ate healthy. I don't get sick. I get a cold, but what's a cold? I knocked that out of the park in 2 days. It's fine. Maybe even less sometimes. It's fine. But I do not get ill. Your diet, eat clean, eat proper, get your requirements in, but don't rely on rubbish and don't rely on supplements, please. That's not food. So this is why if you're operating at the highest level, athletes looking to top Premier League football, yeah? I'm sorry, all this needs to go. Why do you think Ronaldo and players like that, Zlatan, Thiago Silva most recently, why do you think they're so durable? They train hard, they look after themselves, they recover, and they eat properly. They cut all of this rubbish, and yes, sauce is rubbish, cake is rubbish, and I agree. Even fried egg, there's better ways to cook egg. Now, main thing is to cut the sugar. Fats can be healthy, but get rid of the sugar. All sugars, anything that has sugar, get rid, right? But these are dietitians at the highest level and they know that. But we know that there's people, and all of us are guilty of it sometimes, including footballers, a bit of a sweet tooth. Don't worry, one cake won't hurt. Discipline's discipline. And especially with a young team that need nurturing, that need to be shown and taught, I am absolutely in accordance with this. So if Enzo Maresca's bringing this geezer as the fitness coach, I am all for it. This is a great start to Enzo Maresca's time at Chelsea. I have to be real. And all of the players are going to be in for an absolute shock. And good, because that's what they need. So I'm all for it. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm all for it. Welcome to Chelsea. What's his name? Marcos Alvarez. Welcome to Chelsea, mate. This is going to be a lot of fun. You do your thing, mate. Do your thing. Now let's get into tasty stuff. Tasty stuff for us, right? Here's latest on a certain player. Chelsea have opened talks to the reps of Michael Olise about a potential move this summer. There's more. Fabrizio Romano did retweet something that was mentioned a few days ago. Do you remember I mentioned it on here as well? How he said we will be returning to the Olise matter in a few days. Well, today's that day. This is the tweet that he retweeted. Chelsea really appreciate Michael Olise. We will return to the Olise case in the next days. Well, here's the latest now. Exclusive from Fraser Fletcher. Chelsea set to push for Michael Olise deal with a real belief he will choose them this summer. Release clause no issue. Contact has been constant and club want him as he is seen as perfect for the project. I can't read, I'm so excited. But there's more. Let's get into it. Michael Olise has admirers right across the game at the top level, says David Ornstein. It put Olise in a strong position as he will have his pick of clubs. I'm led to believe the Champions League would be his next step, but that's not ruling out an exciting project. I wonder who that could be. Exciting project. This clarifies that David Ornstein's on the Chelsea payroll, by the way, because who says that? Who? He's willingly, voluntarily coming out and going, Champions League team, but there is also, not Chelsea or another club, there's an exciting project over there. So far, this project has not been exciting. Let's have it right. It has not been exciting. But for him now to come out and say that, well, shows that he's in the good books of Chelsea Football Club. But Olise is linked with Chelsea, and all the Man United lot are getting a little bit rowdy, going, no, he's going to United, he's going to United. Okay, if you say so. I'm just going to say that, if you say so. Because right now, look, we've seen this script before. And I think it's looking good. And don't forget, the United fans won't know this, whose little brother signed at Chelsea lately, signed a new deal, has got a contract that's currently at Chelsea? Who? Oh, yeah. Michael Olise's brother, Richard. Anyway. So, United, sorry, I think you're in the mud. We'll see what happens, though. But he's definitely going to have his pick of teams. Definitely loads of interest. But Chelsea look like they're in a good position. So, we'll see what happens. Now, here's Santi Auna. Chelsea's management is already getting to work on the transfer window. According to our information, the Blues are taking great steps in the negotiations for Benjamin Sesko and Michael Olise. So, there we are. Let's bring in Sesko into the conversation now. Olise would be a great buy. And I say this, and I'm going to say this clearly. If we do actually get 30 million or so around for Hutchinson, who's not played a senior minute, and we buy Olise for 60, I think that is outstanding business on Chelsea's part. I would be so for that. It's ridiculous. And I would actually say Chelsea respect. Finally, we've done a piece of business that I can go, that's a 10 out of 10. Finally, right? So hopefully that's going to be the case. Sesko, I got to be real with you guys. Sesko for me so far is looking okay. And personally, I don't want okay. I want more. As a striker, I think right now what he has shown is average. It's not bad. It's not outstanding. Many people are sold on the profile, on the type of player he is, and for that reason believe he's going to fit in like a glove. I'm just going to say, look, that will only be known if he were to come to Chelsea and we find out the hard way. Apart from that, I would like goals to back it up. And so far, I don't think his output is super strong. But he is young and he's cheap. And that is why we're interested, like I clarified in video number 1. Now, for a 21-year-old, his goal output is not a disaster. It's good. But it's not blockbuster. But this is where Chelsea will go, don't worry, maybe in 2 years or so, he's going to turn into Erling Haaland. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. But that's what scares me. I don't know. I would very much look at a player. I would like to look at a player and go, yeah, no, what a baller. Bring him in. There's no doubts about this one. But we're not going to do that because we're operating on a level of young and potential, and we want to try and develop, and we want a player to explode later, and we want to do all of that. So we'll see what happens. I don't think Sesko would be bad, but I worry that he would probably just hit the same numbers as Jackson did this season. And I don't need that. Right now, we need a 20-plus goal striker. Minimum 20-plus. 20 minimum. It has to be more. So let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Much appreciated. Now, let's move to the latest in the goalkeeping situation. Here it is. More on Chelsea plans to continue with Robert Sanchez as goalkeeper. Ben Roberts being nominated head of global goalkeeping. One more factor to keep Sanchez. Enzo Maresca also informed Chelsea that he's happy to start working with Sanchez, as revealed yesterday. So I think he's right that he's got to see the player first. He can't make a decision on a player without having even gone to the training ground yet. So that's got to be clarified. But we've all seen the player. And I'm sorry, I'm not sold. I would like for us to probably go and get a proper number one, or keep Petrovic as number one. Because Sanchez scares me. Too many blunders for his so-called ball playing abilities. I'm sorry, it's a joke. So far, it's a joke. How many blunders have we seen him make single-handedly on the ball? Not even a blunder to do with his goalkeeping. A blunder with his feet on the ball. And that's what he's meant to be good at. No, I'm sorry, man. He got dropped third choice at Brighton, came to Chelsea, and we saw what happened. And he got toppled by Petrovic, a young up-and-coming goalkeeper who showed his worth to be the number one for the season. So I rather we either keep Petrovic or we go and get a proper keeper. What are we going to do? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Much appreciated. Now, let's get moving into some of the other topics. Also, I've already clarified Olise would be a banging deal. Let me know your thoughts on Olise coming to Chelsea and how likely do you think it is. Let's move to what we think is looking very likely, and that's the departure of this geezer. Fulham are fully concentrated in the talks for Trevor Chalobah. Contacts with Chelsea are progressing well, as they are willing to accept a proposal in the region of 25 to 30 million euros to let him leave in the summer. And that's from Rudy Galletti. I think this is crazy. Insane. Absolutely insane. 25, 30 million euros. I can't believe that. If that happens, it's criminal. What are we doing? We're going to get 30 odd million for Hutchinson, or we're asking for that money for Hutchinson, and we're going to get rid of Chalobah for less? What are we doing? The numbers don't make sense. They do not compute. This is like a blue screen of death popping up on my screen. The computer's malfunctioning. It's going to blow up. It doesn't make sense. The logic is not logicking. Surely 45 mil minimum for Chalobah. Surely. Chelsea, on the other hand, might be a bit desperate. We already know 30th of June deadline is probably a thing. And this is why I think we are going to maybe have our pants pulled down a little bit on this one. But going to try and compensate in other areas, like the Hutchinson deal, like getting what we can from Armando Broja, like Maatsen, if that were to happen. Other areas that are just going to boost up the finances. And then we'll see what happens. Gallagher going, who no one can even debate, has to go for a decent fee. Maybe we compensate in those areas, and that's what Chelsea's strategy is. So that's that. In relation to a player that is coming in, who I've already clarified I don't think is a replacement for Chalobah, he's a replacement for Silva, we've got this. Tosin, Adarabioyo, I think that was the clarity from a few of the Nigerian brothers in the chat. Much appreciated to everyone that did hit me up telling me about the pronunciation, but we'll just call him Tosin. Completing his medical today at Chelsea as planned, all taking place and being signed this week. He's joining Chelsea as a free agent, as exclusively revealed last week. Here we go, confirmed. Welcome to Chelsea, Tosin. Simple as that. I've got nothing else to say. So let me know your thoughts. Much appreciated. And I'm looking forward to seeing how he's going to fit in and how he's going to play. I expect, my initial expectation is for him to topple Disasi and Badiashile. I can't lie. I'm expecting him to walk into the starting 11. So we'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts. Let's move attention elsewhere. Manchester City all kicking off over there today. Check this out. The hearing into Man City's 115 alleged breaches is set for November. That hearing, expected to last 6 weeks, could lead to massive fines for the club owners and possibly even relegation for Pep Guardiola's all-conquering side. This is, I think that's extreme. I don't think Man City would ever get relegated. I don't think the Premier League would ever allow it. But Man City, in the threat of that, and their backs against the wall, knowing that they're probably going to get done on some sort of level, because 115 charges, that doesn't come by accident. Let's be real here. If they're lucky, they'll get away with maybe 80% of it. 20% will stick. Surely. 115. Surely 10 at least stick. You'll be punished. So, with that the case, Man City have decided to fight fire with fire because they haven't got an option. They have instilled their Pele philosophy. The best way of defense is attack. The best form of defense is attack. So, here's what they're about to do. Breaking, Man City have launched an unprecedented legal action against the Premier League. This has sparked civil war among clubs, with hearing due to start on June 10th. Man City describing Premier League financial rules as tyranny of the majority. Here's more. Man City have launched unprecedented legal action against the Premier League. City will attempt to end the associated party transaction rules, which they claim are unlawful. City are also accusing rival Premier League clubs of discrimination against golf ownership. I can't beat Newcastle then, that's for sure. So it is what it is. And I don't think it'd be Chelsea either, because we definitely like to do deals with the Habibis. You know, we love to do business. And in fact, Clear Lake have investments from Saudi anyway. We know this. So, and vice versa. So they're in good hands. It's fine. But other clubs now, predominantly maybe, I don't know, Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool, maybe, I say maybe, are not very happy with them. Now, City are clearly, as I've said, just fighting fire with fire here. They're trying to do something to get the Premier League to back off a little bit and go, whoa, okay, let's come to a compromise. If that happens, City are getting away with everything. So, let's wait and see what's going to happen. Associated party transaction rules. I honestly cannot tell you anything to do with what might be breached in that regard. I have no idea. City, as I've said, have just found something and they're trying to fight back. End of story. So let me know your thoughts down below. Before we wrap up, here's the latest on a certain player. Mbappe says, PSG told in my face at the beginning of the season that I was not going to play anymore. Luis Campos and Luis Enrique saved me. Wow. Yes, he's spoken today. He's happy to be at Madrid. He's going to be staying for 5 years, blah, blah, blah. We know the deal. But, yeah, it was obvious things were happening at PSG. And I have to say, fair play to Luis Campos and to Luis Enrique for actually just, allowing their best player to play and getting that done and over the line and not allowing the club to intervene in such a matter that shouldn't really concern them. When it's coming to playing matters, if he's still contracted, he's contracted. He's available, he plays. So, crazy. PSG bottled that deal. We all know that. They bottled it. Realistically, they should be pocketing 200 million for a player like Mbappe, and they let that go. Knowing that Mbappe and Real Madrid was going to happen anyway. They've absolutely blown it, so it's their fault. It's their fault. Real Madrid played the long game. And look, with Real Madrid, just take what you can, because if not, they're going to pull your pants down. And to show that they're going to pull your pants down, here's what we're going to end on. This is a problem for Real Madrid. They have a big problem. Real Madrid have a huge problem. Huge. Do you want to know what it is? I'm telling you, it's massive. It's a massive problem. It's a problem that other clubs just don't have. And only Real Madrid might be the ones to sort this out, but it's going to be tough. Check this problem out. What a problem. Real Madrid have a problem. The current cabinet can only hold 3 more Champions League trophies. Wow. Oh my God, what a football club. What a football club. Their problem is we don't have space anymore, guys. That's their problem. Hey, we can only fit 3 more Champions Leagues. We're going to have to do something about that now. within the next 3 years. If not, we're going to run out of space. We're going to have to start putting things on the pitch or in the hallways or, I don't know, next to the dressing room or something. That's their problem. Their problem is they've only got space for 3 more. They know they're going to win 3 more, and this is a problem for them. What a football club. What a football club. Real Madrid, I wish that was my problem. I wish that was my problem. And you know what? To an extent, we were on track for that sort of thing being our problem until when the UK government decided to intervene and stop it. So, what can we say? But the rest of you now, that's a club. Real Madrid, that's a club. Ambition. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. Good way to end. And I'll catch all of you tomorrow. Do not forget, we are going to be banging out double uploads because things have kicked off left, right and centre now. So be here for all the content as it drops. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Check out the socials. Don't forget Twitter and Instagram in the description as well as on screen. And I will catch all of you tomorrow. Have a good one, people. See you lot then. Take care and peace.